Hi, thanks for joining me again, Mr. Whitney here. Today we're going to be doing or drawing a cartoon sheep. This was requested by one of my students from many years ago. I had to go through and look and figure out, but she wanted me to show how to draw the sheep that I had drawn one time, being silly. And thank goodness I take pictures of things and keep records because I was like, sheep? What sheep are you talking about? I'm using markers today. You please start off with pencil with your drawing. It allows you to erase and allows forgiveness with it. I'm just in a marker mood. This is a second video I've done with markers, and then I'll be done with markers probably and put them out of the way. Crayons work as well too. So this sheep is a cute little guy. He starts off with eyes, just like the alligator did if you watched that video. So round little eyes, or not round, big eyes, I guess, in the page here. And I draw the eyeballs right in the middle on this one. Talked about my circles, that they turn out funny, and even if they're two different sizes, that's the nice thing. So if you see this one turned out smaller and this one was bigger, it works out nicely when you're cartooning. Cartooning is pretty forgiving. Let me mess with my lighting here. Is that going to work here? Nope, it is still. I need to auto tune in. Here we go. So we'll do our best. I apologize for that. Modern technology. Still not going to go. And let's do a zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. Looks like that's going to work. So we start off with our eyes on our sheep, and then the next funny thing you end up doing, you can draw the mouth or the ears. The ears just go out like this, and I take and draw the ears. You can do the mouth next if you want to. The mouth is just this big U in here, and the more exaggerated it is, I think it looks better if it tilts over this way a bit. And I'm like, oh, shame on me for doing that, but that's okay. Gonna make it work here. And the face. So there's the face. And like I said, if it tilts a little bit, I think it looks better. The more you don't think about this, the better it looks, in all honesty. Then sheep have this fur going through. So I got these little curl things in here. And I again, draw them quick. This is a nice thing. I feel like the faster you do with it, usually a teacher, like such as myself, will say, slow down when you do it. But this looks nicer the faster you do it. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to take and I'm going to get these little curlies in here like that and go in there, and he comes out. Keeping the bottom part more flat, the top part more rounded is what I typically end up doing. Totally fine if you don't. Totally fine if you don't. Nice thing, sheep are very forgiving. I will draw this a couple times. Then we've got these legs that I like to do out like this. So I draw them either like that, or I'll draw them out like this and then put it in. Very forgiving drawing. I'd forgotten that I had drawn this so many years ago, and how simple it is. So I get the legs on there. Then I go through and I put these little curly cues in, and they don't have to be, they can go in different directions if you want. And as much as you want to put them in, you can put them in. You get too many, it gets too dark, and I like to go through and fill in the white space with them. So getting the sheep in there. So that is the sheep itself. Totally is. Going through, I can go in and I can draw a background in there. So I'm going to draw a line for like a horizon where he's at. I'm going to go up here and put a little cloud in. So that's supposed to be my cloud. Not a great cloud today. And then typical circle kind of sun in there, that kind of thing. So got the background in there. Being the sun's right there, I could go and throw some shadow in this direction if I want. So he's looking in here. Again, putting it in there. One way of doing the sheep. I'm going to show you one more way here with doing the sheep. I'll flip my page in here and go through and take my sheep. And again, I'm going to end up using the marker since I've got the marker here. I want to start off with those eyeballs again. Start off with the eyeballs, and he's going to have some big eyes. He's really looking intent, and I like these eyes to be right in the middle, like, what's going on there? You can put the eyes off to the side, do anything you want with them, have fun with them, but I like that. I like that. Kind of look like, what's going on? And then I'm going to take that snout this time, and I'm going to curve it off this way, because I think it looks better when it's curved off. You may not. Then I'm going to draw the line up here, and this is literally just a Y that's in there. And then I'm going to throw in his ears. I'm going to throw his ears up in there like he's listening, like for trouble. Then the curls. And here, notice I didn't do the curlies. It does not look as well to me. I don't think it looks fun at all. It doesn't give a sheep look. So I'm going to go back through, and I'm going to take and just throw in these little curls. And see how I did that? Kind of faked it in there. And it gives that character. Again, the body as well. Going to be tempted to go through and do it. So just take, this time I'm going to start from the bottom with the body, and I'm going to curl these curls through, and no little curly cues today. Again, I'm just not even doing that. I can go back through and I can throw the curls in because I think it looks better that way. And again, Notice how strained the drawing looks. I just went through and tried to make it look perfect. You can fix it even if you do. Then I got my little squiggles. I'm going to throw the squiggles in this time for the fur. And again, you can just do just a few if you want. There's 3 in there. I'm going to throw in a little bit because I don't like my white space. One down here and one down there. I'm just keeping it open right here. Oh, I just definitely need one in there. So have fun. You can do tons of them in there if you want. I've seen people fill in the whole space, make them look dark. Totally fine. I've got some gray in here. I could take these curls and put more gray curls in. Just thought of that, doing that. So I'm going to take these little curls and just take them in here and really fill in that space to get them up. Goodness gracious, goofing them up here. We're gonna just really fill in that space with these a lot. And notice I'm doing so many more than the last one here. Really giving them a nice gray sheepy look. And whoops, I'm doing a lot of 6s. You notice that? 6s and really filling it in. So give it a nice little gray in there. Great, nice gray sheep in there. And then why I've got the gray out here, I'm gonna have, matter of fact, I'm gonna take his legs and do his legs great today. So down, circle, down, circle, down, circle, down, circle. Again, and they can be spaced apart as far as you want. I've got 2 legs there, 2 legs there, set up more like a body into doing that. And then you could color in if you wanted to. I'm going to put a little pink in here and color in since I'm really giving this one some character. Just coloring in. And again, not touching so it doesn't bleed in. Coloring here, get real close up there. Nice little take in here and get real close down. And then I'm going to close it up so there's no white. Cartooning's fun though because we don't get it all the way in. It looks pretty funny in there, so really, really nice and funny with him in there. This also, another thing I could add, I just thought of, is a tail. Just poof out there. So I'm going to get the tail onto there. And being that he's dark, I'm just going to color this in black, give you an idea of different things you can do. You can have fun with them. Some of the coolest ones I've seen is kids who go through and color them crazy colors like a rainbow and those kind of things. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to color in. Notice I'm not coloring in those circles I added in. Kind of give a little more character. You can color right over them, but coloring in the black. And black is one of those things you don't want to get too much of it because it really takes away from the art. See, as I go through, it really darkens it in and takes away from the art. So there's 2 different ways that I do the sheep drawing. And Jeannie, thanks so much for asking me about that. It was pretty fun to go through and look up again. If you have any ideas you want to see me do for a drawing, please send me an email at D_Whitney Jr. at lakestevens.wednet.edu, and I will gladly go through and do a video on that for you here this year. Have a good day and happy drawing.